Welcome back to my series where I'm telling you everything you need to know about road trips outside of Las Vegas. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to see the dinosaur tracks in Kanab, Utah, the easy way. Although this was a little harder of a hike than we thought it would be, here are some of the basics, but it is in direct sunlight the whole time. Today, I just hiked the Dinosaur Tracks trail, I think it's called. I'm not really sure. So there's a couple ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way that I went. This store was closed, unfortunately, but hopefully it's open when you come here. Let's get into it. Come this way. So just to warn you, GPS is going to try and take you directly to the dinosaur tracks if you put it in your GPS, but that's like literally up a hill, so you can't drive up a hill, right? So we found this entrance over here. The sign says dinosaur tracks on it. It's the Nomad Cafe. They've also got a little campground behind it, but this is the way that we went, and it's really well marked. There's like stones that kind of lead you along the path, and then all along the path you'll come across these little like dinosaur footprints, so they'll lead you directly to where you need to climb up to the dinosaur tracks. When we did this hike, we made the mistake of doing it in direct sunlight when it was like 112 degrees out. Like, it's the desert, guys. It gets so hot here, so make sure you have a lot of water because you're going to need it, because this hike, like I said, it's all in direct sunlight. There's only a bench at the beginning. Otherwise, you'll come across these little shaded areas of these big trees that have grown. But otherwise, you're in direct sunlight, so you're going to be sweating. And it is a bit of a hike. It's about a mile. And then you also have to climb the mountain to get up to the dinosaur tracks. And it's a steep climb. It's kind of difficult. And you're going up like 250 feet. So just keep in mind, the altitude is going to change. So if you're not used to being up this high, or you just got into town, just make sure you take your time. It's not a race. Just go slow and steady up these boulders, and keep an eye out for things like this. I feel like that's a way that people kind of just help people out, like, oh, go this way. But once you do get up to the top, it is such a cool experience, guys. Like, you really feel like you're one with the dinosaurs. It's almost like they were standing up here and looking out into the horizon. But I know that, you know, with different things that have happened over the years and elevation changes and stuff like that, I know that's not the case. But when you're up here, you do feel like you're one with the dinosaurs. You're literally walking in their footsteps. And these things are 200 million years old, like the Jurassic period. Like, just take your time up here, let it sink in just what you're witnessing. Like, this is a fossil that's been preserved, and you can just go and see it. You know, it's not in a museum. You're actually out where the dinosaur was. I don't know. I obviously really had a moment up here, so hopefully you will too. But another good tip that we got was to bring a water bottle to put water inside of the footprints, because then you can see them a lot better and they show up better when you're taking photos and stuff. So definitely put some water in the footprint and it'll show up better on film. Also, make sure you put your foot next to it to give it some sort of like reference, so that you remember just how big they were, and when you're looking back at videos or showing other people, you kind of have a reference of how big this thing actually was. While you're up top, sometimes those stones get blown around, so if you don't mind, please remark where the footprints are, because some of them you can see have gotten blown with the weather and stuff, and it just makes it so much easier for the next person to find it if you put more rocks around the footprint to help other people out too. I mean, other people did it for you. Why not continue the tradition and help other people out as well? Similarly, on the way down, maybe make some of those little towers also, just to mark maybe over here, like, you know, the easier way to go up versus that side. Again, it will help your other fellow hikers on their hike up the mountain. And just for reference, this is where GPS originally wanted to take us. It does look like there's a little path there that may go directly up the mountain, but we couldn't find it. So I did want to point that out in case you do pull in here. It just gives you kind of a perspective of how to get up from there. But otherwise, this place looked really cool. So if you're thinking of camping in the area, they do have a bathroom and a water station right back here behind that shop that I showed you at the beginning. So you can definitely fill up your water bottle again and get ready for the rest of your road trip. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. And in the meantime, this is the video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like the most. See you in the next one.